LMQ is really the dark horse, I would say. You don't know what they're going to do, and we've scrimmed them, but I don't think they play like that in LAN. So in scrims, they're really super aggressive. They make the risky plays, stuff like that. Maybe that slump will be gone by the time they get a couple games under their belt under LCS, but it's up to them.
Well, we've seen a pretty good mix of hyper-aggression and smart play from LMQ. They did win their first game convincingly.
Both of these teams already won, so
yeah,
this is going to be a good matchup.
First team to get a win and a loss. First 50% win rate here in the LCS. Gonna happen. One of them's gonna be it. Welcome back to the North American LCS Summer Split and our final game of the day, Counter Logic Gaming versus LMQ. This is a match that the players are extra hyped for.
Oh yeah, the players are extra hyped for this one. And for me, can I just say that specifically, I'm excited to see the bottom lane matchup here because Doublelift and Vasily have sort of a rivalry brewing. Doublelift said that he has learned the most from playing Vasily, more from playing Vasily than he has from any other AD in North America. And it seems like whenever these guys match up against each other, they have something to prove because every time I see them, they're going absolutely ham and they go just very, very aggressive early.
Yeah.
We saw earlier today, Doublelift starting off with a First Blood and starting off the split with a very commanding performance on Lucian against Coast, getting 5 kills without dying.
Had a really good performance for himself. Of course, Vasily had a very similar situation on the gigantic Lucian game, showing a lot of aggression against evil geniuses, but we also saw Xiao come out swinging.
Oh yeah, Xiao not only brings his strong farming game, but he also applied a lot of kill pressure in that game. Mid with Pobelter, and then also around the map. He was able to keep all of EG's split pushing efforts under control by assassinating people over and over and making everyone very wary of stepping out into the fog of war. He punished them every single time.
It was interesting, he counter-built, because he went Athene's into Deathfire Grasp into Void Staff. It was the anti-tank item build. I don't see that order very normally on LeBlanc, but it let him blow up tanks. It was great. Overall, the team with strong coordination and playing cohesively, looking like a team not to be taken lightly. Honestly, yeah, both these guys are looking good, though.
Yeah, very excited for this matchup, as we said. The term aggressive gets thrown around a lot with these guys, but
it's gonna
we
keep
expect
happening.
Early action, and for the people who are playing fantasy and have these players on their team, that's great for them because that's how way you get the most points. It's just people just killing each other over and over again.
Yeah. Hope you guys got Shifter, by the way. I feel like you've
you've
already won week 1 if you have Shifter and no one else in your team. I'm going to review the starting lineups now to get started on this one. Blue side, Counter Logic Gaming. Seraph in the top lane, Dexter in the jungle, Link in mid, Doublelift on AD carry, and Aframu on support.
And on the red side, it's LMQ. Up top, Ackerman. In the jungle, No Name. Mid, Xiao, AD carry Vasily, and supporting is Moore.
So I do want to hope that we get 2v2 matchups here. I think they'd be the most interesting. Just because chat said it and I agree with them.
Well, we kind of prepped this one up, and everyone's going to be like, 2v0.
And the 2v0s, and they're going to CS those minions by themselves. The true test of AD carry
They can't
power.
both get Lucian this time, though.
That's true. There's only going to be one of them. We're not playing blind pick. But maybe it'll be Lucian and Twitch. We haven't seen that matchup much.
Good one.
Yeah, I'm hilarious.
But yeah, these teams, very excited to see because CLG, they practice a lot against LMQ as well. So whenever teams do practice against each other quite often, maybe they save something for when they play in the LCS. And it won't turn out like the scrims. Maybe somebody's going to be super passive. They're going to play really long late game.
Yeah, you typically do, I think, where you don't want to show all of your normal plays and you don't want to show your normal team comps against the team, and you hope that your scrim partners hold to secrecy and don't tell them, oh, they got this comp where they run mid-Tristan. Like, that doesn't typically happen. But yeah, that's kind of the goal here. And so you try, strats like 1 through 5 against half the teams, and you try strats 6 through 10 against the other, and then you make sure that you know which ones are good and you bring them out at the right time. And this is going to be one of the games that both these teams have prepped for. Generally speaking, when we talk to these players about super weeks, they're like, yeah, well, we prep for 1 day at a time. And once we're done with game 1, we sit there and we talk about game 2. And both these teams have had 2 to 3 games to wait in between and say, okay, here's what we're going to go for. Here's the next strat. They get ready for the picks and bans. They figure out who's going to get Lucian, and they move on from there.
They go over their errors from the previous game.
That's
Speaking of talking about game 1, CLG, yes, they did win. There were quite a few errors from multiple members.
Yeah.
And Doublelift said it in the interview after. He's very aware. They were not completely happy with the way that game went. So they're going to talk those over during the break, as he said, and come into game 2 with a better game plan and make sure that they don't repeat those mistakes.
Yeah, specifically, it felt like there was some missed Kale ultis from Link. For whatever reason, it felt like he wasn't saving guys that were getting low and getting out. Like, Seraph would die with the ulti available, then Link would ult himself. And then, I mean, he would do well on the team fight afterwards, but...
It's a very tricky champion.
Sure it is.
Timing is everything on Kale.
It's massive, because you're so squishy, you instant die, and you don't have the traditional escape tools of an AD carry. It's not like you're playing Caitlyn, you can just like net away and just kind of do whatever. It's like you must be in auto attack range of everyone else to do anything. And you have to time all the rest of your abilities very properly to make that one happen. I was, however, particularly impressed by the Aphromoo Seraph synergy. It's one that we actually seen growing for a while online, but it's true. Those are the two guys who were diving the backline in team fights. Dexter was generally being defensive. It was Morgana and Shyvana going in there. The two of them holding the backline down by themselves and being like, you can't kill us.
I feel like Aphromoo can just work well with anyone.
Yeah.
He works well with Link. He works well with Double Lift. Seraph just joins the team, and he immediately has this great connection with him as well. Aphromoo just seems like an all-around extremely strong player. Very nice guy, so maybe that helps him a lot adapting to new teammates, which is a good thing to have on CLG, because there's a long list of ex-players from CLG that do switch rosters quite often.
And it's interesting, like, thinking about the player growth of CLG, actually, because I want to kind of even dial back to a while. We have a computer issue, which is why we're talking so much about the game.
Dexter's got some problems trying to take care of.
Yeah, but we'll get the game soon. But I want to talk about this, right? So, like, let's go a little bit farther. Like, you know, about a year ago.
Take me back, Spreek. Okay. Paint me a story.
Great, let's go for it.
What do we
I don't know if I paint stories. I will tell you a story.
Okay.
But painting not my forte. Aphromoo first joined CLG, spring split LCS 2013, and he's honestly mediocre. He does okay with double lift. He's pretty good, but they're not this dominant, explosive bot lane that crushes everyone. CLG actually gets more losses than wins in the regular season.
And he gives up a lot of money streaming doing this. He joins CLG, he commits to it very fully, to the support role.
Yeah. Then after a split, says, you know, it's not for me. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go do my own thing again. They bring Chaucer back down to the bot lane to support, whatever. And Double's got to kind of reacclimate to new support. He ends up matching with Aphromoo in solo queue again randomly before this season starts, like 5-6 months ago. And he's like, yo, you want to try again? You want to just try again, be CLG bot lane? Like, we need to support. Like, I like playing with you, you're cool, bro. And he's like, sure. And then he becomes like the best support NA. And like Double Lift Aphromoo becomes the best duo lane in North America because they just tried again. It was like, this time it worked. This time we made the right switches, we made the right learnings, and they're good to go. Seraph
made the right learnings.
We made the right learnings. That was the best thing I could come up with. But Seraph now, new to the team, right? And we asked, you know, how good is he going to do in competitive? He'd only played one professional match before. How quickly does he learn up and play with his lineup properly? It took Aphromoo 2 tries to become the best. Seraph had an okay performance the first game. Can he keep it going?
Well, all the pressure's on. He's got to do the clicking for bans here.
Uh-oh.
Don't mess that one up.
He didn't miss LeBlanc. That's good. Pretty standard ban there. Xiao had a great LeBlanc game.
Hey, nobody gets to play Lucian.
Nope. Looks like the respect goes to Double Lift on that one. Soraka also moved from Xiao. I find it interesting. Throughout Challenger, he was a big Nidalee and Orianna player. You could just like basically set your watch to him picking one of the 2 champions when Champ Select went through.
Yeah.
And this time around, it wasn't neither got banned, neither got picked in his first game, and right now neither are getting bans either as well in this one.
I'm hoping for a Xiao Yasuo, just because it's really fun to watch him play Yasuo, especially if we have the player cam on him. His reactions are great. However, it'll probably be something safer, more farm heavy for the LCS.
We'll see. He farmed up a storm with LeBlanc. Not going to get that one this time, but plenty more on the table. Lucian ban, Thresh ban. Actually, he's scatting of bans throughout the different roles for LMQ, while CLG just targeted the mid lane. Nidalee the hub over here. Link, a great Nid player.
Yeah, I mean, that was the champion that he really came into his own on. Yeah. We're going way back here. This is classic Link. However, they do not lock it.
Nidalee is also a classic Seraph champ, but Jax is the lock-in here. I don't see that going to Dexter or anything, so Jax top lane blind pick.
Let me make a point about that, classic Seraph. Everyone's talking about, oh, the AD Nidalee. That's not a surprise to anyone in North America, by the way. There's literally a guy who mains, AD Nidalee in the top lane in Challenger. Got there pretty much only playing it. He literally buys Hydra on Nidalee. He's so committed to AD Nidalee sometimes. can only use that item half the time when you're in Cat 4.
Hey man, Kale played on my Hurricane.
This AD Nidalee, everyone's like, oh, he's going to bring that to North America. It's not going to be a surprise for guys.
It got brought 3 years ago by Hotshot. Let's be real about this one.
Anyways, they lock in the Jax, though. Very, very strong top laner at this moment. And they're giving Seraph the chance to shine. He's on a massive carry champion. Can he get through the early game? This is going to be up to Dexter. This is going to be up to the lane swaps. And they maneuver this Jax around to find him farm somewhere in the game. Because LMQ are going to do everything that they possibly can to deny that Jax.
Well, right now they've got a nice lineup set up to support the Jax, though. Lulu mid lane here for Link. The Lee Sin for Dexter to make the plays happen. And keep in mind, you talk about late game, you got late game carries in general. Jax on one side, Twitch on the other. Both these teams, if that guy gets fed and gets the right kind of team fight, can take over the game for himself. You got to keep that in mind.
Yeah, definitely. As soon as you see a Lucian ban and no other AD carries, you're assuming a first round or second round pick on Twitch.
Yeah.
Right? That's pretty much a given here. And they lock in both members of the bottom lane. So they already have one shield for Twitch. Now they lock in a steroid for him as well, putting a lot on Vasili's shoulders.
So turning into a lab rat, testing steroids on him, putting shields on him. This is going to be a scary Twitch in team fights. A lot of AoE locked in as well. Absolute Zero, plus the Dragon ulti, plus the Morgana ulti. It's a lot there.
And if you're going up against a team who's putting, all their eggs into this AD carry basket, having a Jax on your team is extremely important. Jax is one of the most fearsome AD carry nightmares, I'd have to say.
Yeah.
Especially towards that mid game.
Yeah, I do want to say, though, that Nunu is one of the best junglers against that. Like, aside from Lee Sin kicking him out, the number of attack speed slows on Nunu really hampers the Jax damage output, and it's something to keep in mind for this squad.
Jax, one of the reasons he's become... Whoa, here we go. Lightning fast picks, though. Move speed as well as late game poke. They do go with the Nidalee.
It's a very interesting comp from CLG. It's a lot of different things. You've got reasonable engage plus the Sivir, but also this wait around to the backline situation with the blind pick Nidalee mid.
So with the Nidalee mid, that's a weak early mid. There's no lane pressure here. It opens up Xiao Xiao to pick anything he could possibly want. You can run anything you want into a Nidalee mid. So TF is very popular pick. Yasuo is also very popular pick against that. Come on, man.
Yeah, 25 seconds. More controlling us.
I like the
Xiao Xiao's already told him what champion.
I do like the TF though, because since they're going to put a lot of their late game damage on this Twitch, you can use that TF to get Twitch ahead and make sure that Vasili's going to have a good game. If he uses those early TF ultis in the Twitch lane, he can make sure that Vasili will be a strong force towards the end game. CLG though, they have a very interesting team. As you said, this Sivir, you can use the Sivir ulti to Yes! You can use... There we go. That guy knows what's up.
Yep.
You can use the Sivir ulti to disengage as soon as Rat-a-tat gets popped. Speed up everybody. This four-man squad that's poking with Nidalee and Sivir boomerangs under turrets, they all run away with the speed bust. They have Sivir, they have Lulu. So they're a very quick team. And, Lee Sin, you never have to worry about him. He won't get caught.
Sure.
Their team has a lot of mobility, this four-man squad. And a split-pushing Jax, if he gets strong enough, this is a very, very fearsome late-game team here from Counter Logic Gaming that actually looks pretty good against this LMQ squad. Nunu's not that big of a problem for Jax if he's split-pushing and if the team is disengaging a lot. All they have to do is disengage, wait for the cooldowns, then go strike at the right moment.
Yeah, we'll see if they can find that one. I mean, we saw Yasuo do really well against CLG when Voyboy played it, so it's a test number 2 for the champion. We're going to do a quick check on the fan vote now and see where it stands over at LOLesports.com. With 65% of the vote, you're predicting CLG going to rack up another win and end the day in first place.
Pretty big vote there for CLG. LMQ have had strong showing so far, though. And now we do get to see those mechanics. The Yasuo play. Now you can max your dash. You can level dash even level 1 and try and go aggressive on Nidalee. However, Link will be expecting that. He's had plenty of games in this matchup because it's such a popular counter pick. That's something that you have to practice in solo queue. True. It's people even in solo queue, as soon as they see that locked in, a lot of them will instantly go for that Yasuo.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one, guys. Of course, you at home can keep voting throughout the game. You can tweet at LOL Esports or just in general and use hashtag CLG win or hashtag LMQ win, and we'll be checking in the vote throughout the game. So, hey, if you didn't like the way the vote turned out, you still have your second chance to put in your ballot afterwards.
All right, let's see if CLG can actually take advantage of this move speed bonus that they've locked in. A lot of mobility. They can outmaneuver LMQ. And they can get that global gold lead, which will shove them through to the end game there and get them to that point where Seraph can carry them. Look at this, though. 1 red trinket. Now, you can go for an invade like this and sweep a ward at one of the buffs if you want a really early invade. And you can still sell these trinkets after you do your level 1 shenanigans and then buy a different trinket. What we haven't seen so far in North America, at least, is the blue trinket start. I'm a big fan of that, so you don't have to face check when you're going for your invade. And then you can just sell that one and buy whatever you want after as well. But hasn't happened here today for North America. Pretty much everybody playing defensively. Full line of defensive wards here. All placed at 1 minute. Now, especially for solo laners, if you expect a normal lane phase, that trinket will come right back up at 3 minutes when your jungler is going to be coming in with double buffs. So for solo queue, that's the optimal time to place your first ward.
Yep.
Because you do want it back up in time for the double buff jungler gank.
When the least one of the Nunu shows up, you want to see him coming. Well, Link gonna wait around on the back line. I like how he's nice and far away. He's away from almost any possible dark binding, but he'll still see the team come in to invade. So Link being his own trinket ward.
And I like this. LMQ actually invading on the bottom side here. A lot of the times the red side will invade top and go for the swap. CLG, though, doing the predictable route. LMQ should probably be guessing that CLG would be going for this bottom side invade. They do go for the top one. Now, really the question here is, what will LMQ with the timer on this red buff? I believe that they will fully clear this camp so that they have the exact timer for it and continue invading with Nunu, because that's where, oh, okay, never mind. They're gonna leave the baby there.
Oh, 2-on-2 though. We've seen this fight before. Vasily down to half health already. That Twitch rather low. Now more taking damage. Afternoon's still fighting. And there's Sam. He flashes. He lands the stun. Exhaust. First blood double it. The Q. Another kill. CLG 2-0.
Well, we did not disappoint, Freak.
No.
That early action in the bottom lane. Double lift gets the kill on Vasily. So I was saying that LMQ would be expecting CLG to invade on the bottom side, but they were not expecting that. They run straight into it with the 2 versus 2. This is one of the problems with all of the teams going for these invades on the different sides of the map. They do not expect this every single... Oh, here we go. Now we have more action. Level 1, no name!
Javelin hits, but Seraph can't chase him down any farther.
Yeah, no flash and no leap because he started with Counter-Strike.
Right choice, to be fair, but...
Yeah, it got them first blood. It's definitely worth it.
Wasn't exactly a bad choice. Double Lift does not manage to juke this one. Diddler and Ricochet at 2, but some good damage. Aftermove with the Spell Thief's Edge, putting good damage down.
All right, so Double Lift gets the early first blood in his lane versus Vasily, and they do match up in the 2 versus 2. So he's going to have a large advantage coming in. Now, the other thing about a Sivir Lulu lane is that they are very strong at pushing. They can shove their lane very effectively, and since they got that early lead, shove it right into the turret, go and spend that money. You know, try and make that first blood actually worth it, actually have an impact on the early game, instead of waiting all the way until you have enough money to buy something else. He gets that early sustain of the Vamp Scepter. It means he's going to be able to just constantly shove down bottom and crush.
Speaking of crushing, Seraph dropping Ackerman at a half HP right there. Has a ton of potions in the back of that one. Took an early recall, TP'd back up there, so he's plenty powerful on Jackson. I feel like this lane will probably keep going Seraph's way.
Yep, he's got extra vision as well. He can ward up 2 spots, usually blue side. Bit of a disadvantage as far as solo lanes are concerned, having to try and manipulate the creeps and ward for many entrances of the jungler. But even if Nunu does come up, he's got a leap that he can try and get away in time before he gets snowballed. So Seraph should be feeling fairly confident up in the top lane.
Alright, so normal lanes, Xiao leaves his 3rd Q available for a good long time. Tries to impress his will upon Link, doesn't get any real big damage down, but he's putting the wind wall to block some CS. I'm just going to note, actually, is the Void Boy actually maxed his E first on Yasuo. He had 3 points in Q by the time he had 5 points in his dash, which is pretty heavy damage. Right now, the Xiao is actually maxing his Q first. He's 2 points in that, only 1 in the dash. I do want to see if that build ends up changing over time if he switches in later levels, but for now, just the Q points.
All right, we'll keep track of that. The other thing we'll keep track of is Dexter in the jungle. Bush camping top. Ackerman does have his flash, so they're going to have to land a nice stun under the turret here to be able to go for the actual kill, and they do get it.
Wow, stun lands the ease from Lee Sin, but his Q is going to be point blank range, gets it. Seraph, Saga's aggro, heals up off the level up, a double lift now in a 1v2. He's got nowhere to go. The gank from No Name is a success, 1 for 1 on the map.
All right, so a good choice from LMQ to go and try and curb the double lift aggression, because double lift is going to be shoving all the time. He's got the extra lifesteal there with Simmer. They need to do something to get that back in Vasili's control, because when Vasily had to back, didn't have enough money for a fully completed Vamp Scepter. He could not sustain in that lane for long. So they make a good choice and they try and even up the bottom lane, but man, was that a beautiful dive up top. Even the communication there, definitely showing with Seraph as well as Dexter, tanking up the turret so that Seraph can actually go finish it off. Give him the actual money for the kill to help him against Shyvana, get Jax going. As we said, they really need him to be their main force for the late game.
That was remarkably well played, but level 6 now. Dexter joining up into the mid lane, though. Link puts some damage down. Xiaowei gets the knockup. Ulti comes in. There's No Name as well. Big damage down. Dexter going to fall. Nice counter gank. Link forced to run away. Ooh, good damage, though. He's going to go for this one. He does have flash. Good flash for Xiaowei. Exhaust still up for Link. No mana for No Name. Going to back out.
Great counter gank there. No Name. And actually, the level 6 Yasuo there as well. Xiao had been charging up his dashes, so a lot of damage there. Able to turn it around on Dexter. They stay around just to shove one more lane. Even though Nunu's out of mana, wanted to go back to base, helping out Yasuo. They need to shove it one more time to buy Xiao time to go back and purchase. And this is a story for the top lane. Now that Seraph is 6, 2 auto attacks on a minion, and he can just go right into Ackerman's face, make use of that ultimate charge. There's no way you can take that trade as Shyvana. Ackerman having to go back and purchase.
They're playing it absolutely well now. Seraph to keep the push going. Ackerman had just TP'd, by the way. It's been 90 seconds since he teleported to that lane. 3 waves later, forced to recall again. Double Doran's play plus Vamp Scepter and a couple of potions is his build. Seraph still getting a pretty big lead, and he's got teleport right now. So if CLG makes a dragon play, they're going to have a top laner, and LMQ won't.
And they're going to have a pretty powerful top laner, too, already with the Cutlass. So he's got kill potential, even on Shyvana. And it looks like Ackerman will be going for a similar build. So both of them rushing offensive, but Seraph has a pretty substantial lead. So if they both teleport in, definitely advantage to CLG. However, No Name's got great control of the objective here, and he's done a good job trying to keep Dexter in check.
Right now, Dexter, though, he's getting rid of some of these wards right here, so CLG have already started to set up for this dragon attempt. Knockup's going to be there. Good damage down from Xiao. Linked on a half HP, goes into Cougar form, tries to fight back.
Xiao.
Gigantic damage, exhaust forced out, but there comes Seraph. The kill comes through. CLG get one back.
Link keeps him interested, and Seraph had already rotated down for the dragon, so he doesn't even have to use his teleport. He can actually use his teleport to go defend, and he does pop it off, so Ackerman actually will be stuck behind the minion wave here. They're coming in with No Name, though.
Yeah.
I mean, going for a dive on that Jax is very hard, but they can at least steal away blue buff from Italy, which is extremely important. Not quite worth a dragon. Xiao goes aggressive, and then Link stays and fights. He baits him a little bit there, staying in early, creating a little bit of what looks like a mistake, and just buying enough time for Seraph to come in for the stun and kill.
Well, good play by LMQ, though. They actually, instead of going for the dive, just went and stole the blue buff. Link went up to try to stop that one, but No Name actually running absolute zero to kill it faster.
And he wants to answer.
Well, he's got the trap down, but it's not available yet, so nothing too big for the guy. CLG make their way back out. Xiao. You know, despite that death, he's still holding very, very equal to Link right now in this lane. Both level 8. Static Shiv not far from done. This is Yasuo.
Also, as far as controlling mid lane, that blue buff, not only do they deny that blue buff from Link, but having the timer as Nunu against Nidalee for your opponent's blue buff is huge. You want to be able to continue your counter jungling with Nunu. It's all about the repeat stealing of the blue buff. He wants to be able to get all consecutive blue buffs and keep those away from them so they don't have to deal with. Whoa! Fresh back from Ackerman.
Really big damage actually in the Nunu coming in from the side as well. Seraph's going to have to give up this CS most likely, and out he goes.
They will be able to farm behind the turret here, an extra wave. But again, there's nothing left for them to steal. No Name spending more time up on the top side. They're not able to get another objective, denying Seraph a good amount of CS though to the turret right now. I don't know if they'll actually want to finish this one off.
They're staying and dealing damage to it right now. We're watching the bottom lane for now, but these guys are pummeling this one. The Blood Boil helping out a little bit, knowing him dealing the damage, and this will be the top lane turret first of the game for LMQ. Really good fight for Ackerman. Just went in, took down, like forced down Seraph by himself. Good gets the turret gold. And there they go.
So they're gonna get the turret, but the way they left the minion wave, it's gonna be in Seraph's control. Seraph can do whatever he wants with this wave now. He can actually keep it on his own territory. Doublelift going pretty aggressive. Moore has no invisibility, so they go after him.
Good flash. It's gonna be all right, but yeah, that's a flash burn for the Sivir ulti. Pretty much a worth it trade on this one. Xiao Wei Xiao does have a static shift though to go back to the mid lane. The power spikes are coming up here, and honestly, the fact that Seraph had this item lead, but Ackerman still won the fight, just kind of thinking back about a minute and a half. Spells good things. Xiao Wei Xiao, they're not in the best spot. Nice knock up there. Goes in for the battle on Dexter. Force be kicked away. Ignite burned. Xiao Wei Xiao not going to chase him down, but has really good damage. That's for sure.
Very impressive, Yasuo, as I said. Glad we can get a glimpse of it here. Oh! Not that impressive. The wind wall will only block things coming from the front. It's a very thin wall.
Yeah.
But, as I said, Seraph gets to do whatever he wants with that creep wave. He's decided to freeze it up in his own territory by his own ward coverage at blue, so he's very safe. And since the dragon was just taken, there's nothing for LMQ to answer with. I think that was a mistake by LMQ. They thought that dragon was available.
No, they're just going bot lane.
Oh, okay.
They're just going hard for bot lane. Yeah.
It's going to dive then.
Got the ward down, clear with the pink ward. No Name going to flank around as well. And Seraph, he has TP to rejoin the fight if they go for the 4v4. Dexter also making his way down. Double pushing these guys back. Ackerman's still waiting in the wings though.
And as soon as Seraph sees this, he sees the movement down bottom, he immediately changes gears. Hey, guys, there's going to be pressure down bottom. I need to shove this now. He's no longer freezing, tries to push his lane as quickly as possible so that if he does have to teleport down, the wave will not be lost for him. It will be shoving up into the turret, it will die to the turret, and LMQ will lose out on more. So by doing that, he's able to get the teleport from Ackerman. Will he stay around for a little fight here? 1 versus 1?
Gonna go for the brawl. Stun's gonna land. Good damage comes through. Ackerman goes back in for it though. Dragon form popped ulti as well for Seraph. These guys trading cooldowns. Seraph low on mana. Ackerman still going for this one. No one even around to join this fight.
So Seraph is running because he does not have any ward coverage. He knows he can't stick around and fight this because other members of LMQ could show up.
Gonna keep running. Jumps to a minion. Ackerman. He's gonna go for the minions in this one. Dragon form really easy to clear minions with. Everything becomes AoE. And down they go. So, Ackerman, definitely not being shy about going for the brawls or even fighting a Jax this late into the game. Well, late in the game, 13 minutes in, but a Jax who was winning the lane, a 2-0-2 Jax, and he's like, I'm still going to fight you.
Yeah, he's playing very confidently. The tabbies are probably helping out as well. But yeah, it is hard to itemize specifically against the Jax because he does so much mixed damage. Ackerman is also going mixed build, slightly offensive. He's playing very aggressive, and really it's paying off because there was no good vision there as well from Seraph. But now, the repeat invade, here we go. As I said, the prepped consecutive blue buff steals here. LMQ getting into position extremely early, actually. So they actually get met by CLG.
LMQ get it. Good smite there. Nunu steals with the blue buff, make sure it's there for himself. Doublelift in the one going against Vasily bot lane. But look at the damage there. Doublelift with his BT. Gonna take that turret down rapidly. Vasily, though, he's got Rune King. He goes in, pops the ulti. Big damage in Doublelift. Forces the ulti to be traded away. But it's still a turret.
There's a disengage, as I said. Sivir versus... Ooh, Vasily's gotten invisible, and he still has Blade active. Ooh, doesn't get it. Never mind. Doublelift shoves the wave. Doesn't want to go for the assassination.
Alright, nothing too big picked up. Seraph gonna keep the scraps this top lane. Still going for the farm. 112 minions on him. So still quite a reasonable score. But we haven't seen any major team fights in a while now. CLG might group up. Dragon is back available. LMQ do not have teleport, but Seraph does. Could be a 5v4.
Wow, they're making the call to rush this without Ackerman. Ackerman's going for the red buff here. This is CLG's opportunity if they could get everyone in position.
Oh, the knockup on Dexter! Oh. Beautiful read by LMQ. They take him down mid-flight.
Yeah, we might want to replay that.
That was awesome.
That was just amazing. Xiao. One of the reasons I wanted to see this Yasuo from him. Seraph does get caught, and Ackerman makes use of that red buff that he was just soloing.
So what you're saying is we don't need TSM for amazing plays?
Yes, freak. Yes. All right, so let's watch. They know what Dexter's plan is. He's coming in. Xiao immediately already throws out the knockup. So he catches Dexter mid-air. Oh, stuffs him so hard.
Yeah, they had a Warden Tri-Brush. They knew he was looking. Then once the Q landed, he was like, all right, I know he's coming. That was.
He's like, all right, you got me, Xiao. Good play, good play.
That was pretty awesome. All right, so LMQ taking some time in this one. Only a 400 gold game right now. Seeing these guys definitely making good strategic plays overall. I know one question that Jat had when he first cast LMQ today. I like calling back to the stories everyone else talks about. He's like, you know, LMQ, the players come from China, but they're an American team now. Will they play like a Chinese team or an American team? And the fact that the Nunu pick is in there for no name is a fairly Chinese pick. We saw OMG run that.
The fact that they know how to use a Nunu jungle says that they're probably not North American.
True. Morgan kicked away though. Nice absolute zero. Dexter extremely low. Nice dodge the javelin. Until he helps pick that kill, but it's going to go to No Name. The knockup now. Sarah forced the ward hop away, but the chase down. Double kill for the jungle. Nunu. You're going to keep on going for this one. Ackerman still on the chase. He is fast. He flashed it with the red buff. Big damage. Double it.
Blood boil on him.
Still trying to run away, but no. They respect the damage, but they didn't respect the javelin. Nice shot by Link pulling one back.
Good answer from CLG, but they did lose Jaxus again. Seraph here starting to get a little shaky. All right, so he goes in, flash stun, he gets two. Morgana gets kicked out so they don't proc her ulti, but they do save her life.
Man, a lot of low health bars though. CLG taking that one kill and going for the pressure with it. More barely survives a death blow. But CLG do retain control over this lane. Xiao puts the wind wall down. Going for the heroics by himself. That's actually enough to wave through this. He defends the turret by himself.
Ooh, good jukes as well. Very exciting, tied up game here. And as we head deeper into the game, we have to watch the positioning here. Mostly from Vasily, as well as Seraph. CLG definitely needs Seraph to get some good engagement, some nice flanks, multi-men stun.
All right, so turret does go down. That well played by CLG. Seraph, yep, he's just going to do the split push thing. We haven't yet seen him truly beat up Ackerman in the top lane, though.
Ackerman has been giving as good as he gets. However, it gets worse and worse for Ackerman as time goes on. So Seraph will be more confident in these split pushing 1-1 opportunities. The only thing he's really lacking is vision up there. Look at the top side of the map. The entire top side of the map, black for CLG. They cannot see anything up there. So Seraph is having a fairly hard time really creating the pressure that he wants to with this Jax.
And that's surprising to me because CLG have 2 sight stones on the roster.
Well, look at the bottom side of the map. They've got that lit up.
Sure, but Dragon's gone now at this point, right? Like, you've got to realize what part of the map is important for you, and the fact that an outer turret still stands in the top lane means it's an important part of the map. Seraph buys himself a couple of wards, puts one down in the river. Should cover some of these moves. There's a pink ward near their blue buff. That'll help a little bit more, but there's still not that much vision. I want to see if CLG will pick that one up.
All right, so the third blue buff as well. We need to keep track. As I said, consecutive blue buff steals for Nunu versus Nidalee. Always extremely important.
Big damage.
Does come right up.
No Name at half the chase still, and there's the ulti in for more. And it's going to be a big burst of damage down. Morgana goes down. Going to go another kill picked up as well. Link gets that.
Whoa!
For Baron.
Yasuo's bottom.
Jungler's dead. Support's dead. Mid laner's gone. Wow, look at this one. Huge damage comes out. Baron at half HP. CLG with the tenacity.
Ackerman wants to jump in here. They're going to contest this.
Do what he can. Big fight goes in. Gigantic. And we kick out of the pit. Beautiful play. Vasily forced away. CLG
gets the
low
ball
on
at
health.
though.
Oh, they've got to be careful. The knockup onto Link. Is this the play? Xiao tries to make it happen. They pick up Dexter. LMQ keeps going. Ackerman to the back line. Double kill kill Xiao Wei Xiao. They're still going. That's going to be 3 for him. Can he solo Baron? I think not.
He cannot.
He's going to run away wind wall, but Vasily picks up a 4th. Only Link is alive.
LMQ. They stop its regeneration.
It's down
to one
corner.
Who's coming?
They're going to keep trying.
Steal.
There's javelins.
The spear steal.
Oh, the wind wall could block it.
Oh, what?
Not even close. Nice pick up there. The smite from Nunu. And LMQ get the Baron and 4 kills.
So, let's start at the beginning here. Okay, never mind. Let's start at the Baron fight here. Because Ackerman, they know they need to stop this Baron. He gets kicked out, which is a nice move here from Dexter, but then they get flanked from the side here, and Vasily gets a good multi-man rat-a-tat, and then Xiao Wei Xiao just going for the initial damage to scare off Link, who is out of mana. They spent so much, and they didn't get their blue buff, that Link running out of mana really cost him. He wasn't able to do anything for the rest of that fight. In the end, Vasily does get his vengeance on double lift as well. But really, let's go back to the beginning of that, because that all started from an actual good move from CLG. They timed the last time their blue buff was stolen, because they actually saw it last time. And they're like, we're not going to let that happen 3 times in a row. We know what your game plan is with your new going to try and steal it away a 3rd time. So they grouped up 5 people in the right time for blue buff to spawn to counter it. They did a great job. They got their counter kill. Yasuo was bottom. They knew they could win this. They're the biggest component here for LMQ in the mid game with Yasuo, with Xiao Wei Xiao not being there. Full confidence. Gave him too much confidence though, going for that Baron. We saw how that turned out. But initially, it was a great call from CLG. Great planning from them to counter that blue buff. Better play from LMQ though, to react to the Baron.
The fact that they went in for that 3v5, just dove and went for the fight was awesome. Ackerman, his score doesn't reflect it, it's 0-3-5, but he's playing so incredibly well this game. I have huge confidence in that player right now, but CLG, they make the rotation for the top lane. That goes down. Link and Dexter take that one out. And the rest of their team is actually joining very, very soon. Seraphis TP, the duo lane of Double Lift After Move joined as well. Tier 2 turrets under fire, no one's there to defend.
So they've got blue buff Nidalee sieging up right where she wants to be. This is the plan for this CLG squad. As I said, the 4-man split push, or it was going to be the Jax split push in the 4-man center, but they can swap roles easily. They've got Jax center and 4 men up top, able to get the turret and back out in time. Pretty big win there for CLG. They take down 2 in a row, close that gold lead a little bit, and Seraph still has his teleport.
They really didn't lose anything for it at all. Ackerman gets exhausted, gonna try to get away from this one, does flash away from the Glitter Lance. He will stay safe. Mid lane under fire, CLG can't hold this one, so LMQ brings it 2-4 in
inhibitor turret though, you can't trade inhibitor turrets for secondary tier here.
This is going to be an interesting trade because LMQ are still going for this one more. Vasily, nope, they do all recall. CLG are not going to flinch here. Inhib turret will go down. And Dexter backs off. No?
A little bit of a slow call there from LMQ. They actually stopped their recalls as well. Seraph maybe has shown his face down there. LMQ don't get any defense back. Huge win for CLG there. Now they've been cornered. This is the 4-man squad running for their lives.
Ice Blast is double. He knows he can't leave.
Every man for himself.
He's probably going to go down then. Morgana ulti, Nunu ulti, big damage. Goes in for more. Nice dodge there. Seraph trying to get away. Xiao Wei Xiao's going to knock him down. The knockup. He doesn't quite go in. Finally, double it falls down 2-0. Xiao Wei Xiao, can you chase? Flash from Dexter. They're going to be safe.
Not too bad for CLG. Yes, they got collapsed on. Yes, they got boxed in. And unfortunate that Seraph also following went down. However, there's nothing on the map for LMQ to retaliate with. Their lanes were all shoved up towards their base because CLG had control. So that's the right time for CLG to go that deep. Yes, it was dangerous for them to try, but it paid off for them. Seraph's teleport did not pay off though. Getting in between Xiao Wei Xiao and Twitch, definitely very dangerous for them. However, look at the map. Would they lose? A couple of minion waves of farm. That's about it. And they got an inhibitor down. Maybe this bottom turret will finally go down for them, though.
Well, big damage in from Xiao Wei Xiao, just tactically trucking away at that one. Yeah, why not? Top tier 2, just auto attack down, no one to defend really. Ackerman does the same, yeah. So there we go, 4 turrets to 5. Keep in mind, top inhib is still dead, so super minions are flooding around the map.
All right. So they did lose objectives after. Yeah. It was just a little bit later. CLG were not able to get in place to defend them after all. And those 2 kills did cost them more than I previously stated.
Well, it's going to work pretty well now. So CLG down 4,000 gold I don't know how much you can really just say, yep, Jax is going to carry us here because we still haven't seen it work out. When he TP'd in, he got outplayed. The Twitch slow into Yasuo kiting back, and then they turned around onto him. LMQ have played around that champion so well. Seraph started 2-0-2. He's now 2-3-3. He has not had an impact on this mid game. Link has got to be a little bit afraid. Not going to go in for the fight, though.
Meanwhile, Xiao, the star for LMQ this game, he is destroying it right now. He's got the 3 main items for Yasuo. He has got the stick potential, chase potential. Sticking, whatever, with your Blade of the Ruined King. Whatever his target is, he'll be able to stay on it. And he's got the power to back it up now, finishing his Infinity Edge on top of Static Shiv. This is the biggest power spike for Yasuo that he can get. The only thing else he needs to add on there is a Last Whisper for extra armor penetration. But right now, he is a ridiculously powerful force for LMQ, and that's why they're trying to force right now. They want to make use of this giant level 16 3-item Yasuo.
Let's see if they can do much more with this one, because Dragon and Baron both coming in a minute 15 to a minute and a half. Is that the players? The Siege going to be the play? Their sieging honestly not that good. They've got one good ranged auto attacker on the lineup.
Ackerman has teleport so he could try and go defend against Seraph, but they're opting for the 5-man shove and just trading secondary turrets here.
All right, well, they're diving nice and hard. Turrets being traded everywhere.
Not at teleport. He would have to just use his regular bead.
Seraph's still going. CLG's going for the turret trade on this one. Inhibitor now under fire, down to half HP. Big damage comes through. Don't have to be afraid 4v5 at all. Inhibitor turret is gone. Jax is recalling. LMQ knows, and they back out.
So they don't get their inhibitor, but at least they take down the inhibitor turret, and they get this large wave that was bottom. They stop Seraph in his tracks, and he decides to recall. Having just a single inhibitor down isn't hugely detrimental to one of these teams, because the single minion wave is not that difficult for them to clear at this point in the game. As long as they continue to keep that vision over Baron, CLG being behind are going to have a hard time forcing LMQ to do something where they actually have to pay for having that inhibitor down. So the inhibitor being down for LMQ just means that the minion wave is shoving towards them and they get more farm. Basically, super minions deny CLG extra lane of farm. But they're trying to force it.
Exactly. This is a giant super minion wave top lane that will kill the inhibitor if they don't defend it, so they bait out onto the Baron. They force the TP out from Ackerman. They force Vasily down there as well, and the giant minion wave is still building up.
That was a ballsy call. Great call from CLG.
Yeah.
Because they actually do get to make use of the super minions now. Now, re-engaging it, not such a great call.
All right, well, this is going to guarantee the inhib goes down, but Ackerman gets kicked away. Good fight right there. Nice ulti as well from the Sivir. See the team back. Seraph, though, goes in for the battle. There's a knockup from Lu that's got to get away. The knockup lands onto Seraph, though, and he's going to go down, dominating Xiao.
Inhibitor, though. Inhibitor's going to die.
Oh, it's going to be the recall, though. The minions are not going to take this one.
Oh, more inside the Baron pit!
Flash Q not quite going to land. Uh-oh, the javelins. That was not going to go down as well. So top inhib has fallen. It's going to be the defense for Ackerman. They've got to be careful, though. So 4v4 now because the Shyvana is gone. Does not have TP. CLG still on the chase. The Q lands at a Xiao. The knockup try to retreat. There's Nunu still with absolute zero for more disengage if they need it. Twitch has ulti as well. So does Morgana. This could be a fight if LMQ can take it.
The mobility here that we kept...
Oh!
Takes it. The mobility from CLG playing off so much right there. That was such a good call. By the way, starting up that Baron, such a clutch call because they were behind. And it was very dangerous for them to do that. But now returning to the scene of crime here, all of LMQ in their base, and CLG bursting this one down.
Look at that Link waiting the outside as well. Just to land the longer range javelins, Ackerman in the wings. This one going to be a bit harder.
Desperate.
Nunu's nearby. Can they make it happen? Big Burst comes in. Good smite from Dexter. That is Baron to CLG. One per team. Nice hex from Lulu. The burst comes out.
Oh, and they get his flash.
Not enough. One kill for 0. No Name goes in the knockup. They find Dexter. Big damage comes out. Link forced away. The rat-a-tat-tat from Twitch dealing great damage. The backline of CLG losing so much health. They pull one back. Now Sarah forced to run. Dexter low as well. Venom Cask lands from Vasily. No Name helped make that one happen. Great snowball. Now onto the Jax. Seraph's got nowhere to go as well. Crit comes in. The dodge comes in. Not going to matter. Triple kill in for Vasily on Twitch, and only Link is alive.
This game is so close right now. Oh, can Link get another snipe kill? No. So close. So CLG They decided once again to go back to the Baron. I mean, they had come out ahead. They had gotten the inhibitor killed once again, and they decided to go for this Baron. They get it, but LMQ do arrive in time. Let's see how they take everyone out. Because they stick around so long killing Ackerman, Vasily is able to get in position and clean up as we saw.
Yeah.
Takes off most of the Baron buffs. So really that Baron kill was about the global gold, getting CLG back in it.
Yeah.
Most of the power of the Baron is actually gone from them now. I don't think...
One guy survived.
All right, we got one Baron buff left.
Yeah, and think about it, like, global gold is, okay, it's 1,500 gold, but 3 champion kills are worth that much. And LMQ went +3 in that fight, so Baron literally got nullified there. And now
Plus they have
Dragon's
control
up
of
for
the
them.
map.
Exactly, from the champions being dead. The waves got pushed out. It's going to mean Dragon here for LMQ. No attempt to really steal on this one. Really sound play by LMQ, playing around the dead inhibitors, playing around the Barons, making really good, unafraid fights.
I think, yeah, they've been really strong calls from both teams so far this game.
7,000 gold. Vasily actually gets the blue buff. Figure of all champions, more stealths, more spray and praise, why not? More expunges.
All right, so Baron and Dragon are off the field. The inhibitor was re-killed, so it calms down a little bit. Back to regular farmlands. And again, as we said, when the single inhibitor is down and there aren't other objectives on the map, it's hard to pull LMQ around. Last time I said that, I didn't think CLG would go for the Baron because it's dangerous. They did end up going for it and got a re-kill on the inhibitor, but this time it's not up. So LMQ do get that extra lane. And they're soaking up a lot of farm there on Ackerman. His teleport's not available, but he's getting extremely powerful. His next item will either be that Blade of the Ruined King or even more magic resistance, so he can tank spears. And they can not only rely on the wind walls, but also giant Shyvana for blocking spears.
Yeah, and she's now starting to get some MR items. Looks like Banshee's coming up soon for both No Name and Ackerman. Looks like actually also for more as well. These items are coming in soon. Infinity Edge started for Vasily, so Twitch can take over carrying duty soon if he needs to. Just in case, you never know. Looks like actually Xiao Xiao gonna dodge out on no more damage for now. CLG getting ready to defend. LMQ definitely the team with the advantage here. 8,000 gold lead. Good wave clear from Double keeps the team afloat for now, but at some point, there's gonna be that big fight.
And Xiao Xiao has opted for a 4th defensive item on Yasuo. He's just going to rely on his ultimate for the armor penetration. Not trying to get that last whisper, doesn't need to rush into it. There are only 2 members who have built a substantial amount of armor from CLG. So just rely on that ulti, and the power of Twitch in the back line is going to keep CLG on the defensive here.
Here they go. Open inhibitor. Wind wall comes down to keep their minion wave alive until they can push all the way in. And there we go. They got a cannon minion for what it's worth. Big damage from Double gets rid of most of these. Binding going to get blocked by the spell shoot. That's on cooldown now. Dexter does not go in for the fight.
We see why getting that middle inhibitor turret was so important for LMQ in the earlier push. Because they have Twitch, and Vasily puts himself in a vulnerable spot whenever he pops out of his ambush. Even standing there and trying to hit the inhibitor, they have to immediately back off as soon as they see that aggression from CLG. They don't want him to get caught. Wind wall down now.
Inhibitor though very low. One more push, but Ackerman is low on health. Here comes the Sivir ulti. Double trying to lead the charge. Damage to a No Name. This Nunu is low. More slowed as well. He's likely to die. Flashes the Q. Word comes down. They don't want him though. They want to push elsewhere.
Bottom lane is shoving for CLG. They need to run with this pressure. They've just gotten everyone on LMQ low. They have to target another lane so that they can make use of that giant wave bottom.
They're not going for it though. They go to the mid lane.
Trying to find people in the jungle? Oh,
they looked for the recalls. They didn't find them.
Yeah.
The recalls were actually farther downward south on the map. CLG don't get anything from that at all.
They lose that giant minion wave bomb. That was a very small opening. LMQ were able to get off the recalls they wanted inside red side jungle.
And they could have chose to chase more. Instead, they went for the push and couldn't quite find the advantage they were looking for. Nice glitter lance by Aframu, though. Keep the team a little bit more afloat. Randuin's already done for Afro, so they're really going armor tank heavy. There's no major magic damage from LMQ. Javelin puts more to half HP. LMQ, they'll go again for the mid inhibitor. That's going to be going down rapidly.
Gotta watch out for the re-engage here. Seraph again gets a binding to the face. Those multi-man stuns have not been very common here for Seraph. Keeps on getting stunned up, snared outside of the fight.
Okay, so LMQ, they're the team to watch. They're the one that's winning, the one able to make the plays. Baron, 55 seconds. Dragon, 1 minute 34. 35-minute game, definitely longer than most teams normally play because this is an evenly matched game. LMQ squeezing out narrow advantages. 40 seconds on Baron, 2 pink wards already down in relevant locations. They're going to need maybe 1 or 2 more to guarantee that though. CLG know about this. They're trying to sweep away vision as well up there. Seraph, the one going against Ackerman, puts some damage down, but Seraph is 2 levels down. Ackerman split pushes way to level 18, 292 minions. Seraph, very far down behind in this one, continually forced to run away. Big damage. Double gets caught out in the mid lane out of nowhere.
What?
Xiaowei
13 seconds away from Baron. That is the pick of the game. LMQ have a huge advantage now. Not only do they have that stronger split pusher with a 2-level advantage Ackerman you just talked about, no AD carry here for CLG during the Baron. This is really, really tough for them to come back. They don't even want to try and contest it.
Exactly.
Hurdle time for CLG.
All right, well, there we go. LMQ take down the Baron. Good smite by No Name. He's not lost anything in this game either. The attempt now for Ackerman, not going to be enough. He's going to get away very cleanly there, even without wards. He's going to back out of that moment.
All right, let's take a look at the double lift pick here. Xiao just runs straight up the creep wave, using Yasuo as he was meant to be used, and just destroys him. Double lift, just like Vasily, going full offensive builds, trying to add the damage. But Xiao is just dominating this game. 9-1-4 now. They're base tanking turrets.
They're doing a whole bunch of damage while doing so. Windwall comes down. Double lift is back alive. The bot lane split push still happening. So this is 4v4 inside the base. And Hib, number 2 under fire. CLG look for the re-engage. Teleport comes in for Seraph. Morgan's locked down. 1 for 0. Here comes Ackerman though. The 4v5 from LMQ. Will it be good enough? Vasily very low. The Q lands from Lee Sin. They don't chase down. He does go in. Big damage. Kicks him back into shutdown. Now No Name's got nowhere to go. 3 kills picked up. Ackerman goes in for this fight, but isn't going to be enough. He's tanky, but can he kill anybody? He's trying to do what he can. Minions, by the way, are killing CLG's base. Xiao happens to find a little bit here. Ackerman still on the chase, running away from Link, running away from Seraph. Doublet will try to hold the base back alive, but now the Nexus has lost both turrets. I don't care if these guys are dead because the turrets are gone. CLG are stuck inside their base.
This is what we call an exciting game of League of Legends. Let's take a look at this Dexter play, because he lands the Q early. All right, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Moore doesn't get to use his Zanya's. Tough break for him. Now, Vasily gets low. He lands the Q, so Dexter's like, oh my god, I landed the Q. He needs to go over, safeguard to the ward, then just in time to take his second activation and kick back Vasily. What a ridiculous play from Dexter there. Xiao still fighting for his life though. Gets plenty of damage down. Able to get some kills before he does retire. But Double Lift, as you can see, is already running back to the base because it just took out all the Nexus turrets. CLG now have an exposed Nexus. At any point in time, if LMQ get the numbers advantage, if they pick anybody off, they can just run straight up the middle, don't have to deal with any sort of turrets, kill maybe an inhibitor if it respawns, and go straight for the Nexus. Even Vasily can get in there undetected.
Yep, exactly.
He could just...
They don't have to win a fight,
ambush
just
right
show up.
So CLG have to play so defensive now.
Oh man, this has got to be difficult. Thankfully for CLG, their inhibs are back. So there's no innate pressure on the map. Dragon and Baron also gone. So CLG have about 4 minutes to work with, where the map itself is on equal footing. Can they play with the advantages and disadvantages they have right now? Banshee's Veil blocked off of more. 3 more Banshees on the team though. No Name takes a bit of damage. Nice Q comes out as well. The Windwall is going to mean inhibitor number 1 though. CLG after gets rooted up. Takes a bunch of pain, puts the Windwall up. And there we go into the fight. It's Vasily getting pushed around on the backside, kicked into the team. But Ackerman forces Double Lift away as well. So far a 1 for 0. Dexter exhausted. The knockup in. Xiao finds a second kill as Seraph goes down. Double Lift's going to be victim number 3, and CLG forced to run away. LMQ going to take them down, and they are the first place team, 2-0 after day 1.
And a title.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very nicely played from LMQ. CLG had moments of brilliance. They also had a couple too many aggressive calls. Some really good ones, but also some that failed. And man, LMQ, especially Xiao on that Yasuo, coming up with very big plays. Vasily towards that end game though did hit that Twitch sweet spot.
So 11, 2, and 6 on Yasuo, 6, 2, and 10 on Twitch, 2, 5, 12, Shyvana, 2, 2, 13, Nunu. Sat there in the front lines, taking javelins for the team. I mean, down the line, really awesome plays by these guys. And there was hype coming in for LMQ. The LMQ hype train was real. I don't know if it was big as the Cloud9 hype train when C9 joined the team.
It's getting there now.
But it's getting there now. LMQ look real good. Individually, coordination-wise, like, okay, Seraph tries to freeze lane a couple times, and the team all 5 shows up bot and forces the push.
Doublelift definitely not happy with himself. Getting caught in the mid lane by Xiao did not help things.
No.
Yasuo being able to run straight up any minion line.
Yeah.
Your own minions betraying you.
It's true. It's very unfortunate. I mean, it's just typical, though, for Doublelift that minions are his downfall. In the playoffs, it was the red buff. This time, it's a minion wave. It's not a big surprise for CLG fans out there. I also got a question. Like, I do have to question. I have yet to see Seraph dominate a game. 2-6-8 this game. Again, start of the game 2-0-2. I bring it up because it's the player everyone's going to watch on CLG. I haven't seen it yet. I truly haven't.
I kept waiting for the time where he would start bullying Ackerman, but it never came.
No.
Ackerman was always very quick to ulti, very aggressive with his own trades. Like he would not back down from Seraph.
Exactly.
In the face of that Jax, and it paid off. You know, if you play with that mentality, then you eventually do get the edge. It's kind of like fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
He's playing aggressive. And
we're talking about Cutie Pie
and he's got 2 levels up on Jax, and he can legitimately kill Seraph. So Seraph has to play very careful.
Mm-hmm. So that was all kinds of impressive. I mean, really great play. I just got to say, down the line, individuals from LMQ, team play from LMQ. And you think about how many bad situations they're put in. The time where CLG has a gigantic minion wave top with a super minion there that inhibits going to die if you don't defend, and CLG starts Baron. And LMQ is like, got to give up the inhibitor. So we can't give up Baron.
Yep.
And they wait, and they're like, okay, well, we'll fight you for this. Eventually, they send Ackerman back to keep the Nexus alive, but then they play the Baron perfectly. Like, they were going into 3v5 fights and getting kills for it, either buying time for minions to kill Nexus turrets, or just because they knew they could win a 3v5.
Also, CLG may have been overreaching a couple of these times. There are 2 times where CLG made good calls and got a little advantage, and then they went for a Baron, and they lost it all. One is that time you just mentioned. First Baron engaged, gets them an inhibitor, but then they re-engage it, and they lose out many people's lives. Second one was actually the blue buff. They successfully counter the repeated Nunu blue buff invade, and then immediately go for Baron and lose out a bunch of people.
Yeah, so maybe some shot calls to fix there on CLG. We'll see if they can keep that one going. But guys, we're exactly 1 day down. Here's where things stand in the North American LCS. First place, LMQ, making a big splash on their first day, going 2-0 in the league.
And they are followed by Cloud9 and Dignitas, who both have 1 win each. So they're both in second. And in 4th place, it's going to be Counterlogic Gaming with that 1 win. And as we just saw, 1 loss.
And in last place, a 4-way tie, Complexity, Curse, Evil Geniuses, and Team Solo Mid. Each end of the day, 0-1. Now, of course, on Saturday, we'll be bringing you another full day with 6 matches. Taking the Rift first, Team Solo Mid versus Curse, followed by Complexity versus LMQ.
After that, Dignitas will battle it out with Evil Geniuses, and Team Solo Mid will face off against Complexity.
So that's going to do it for us. It's all happening, though, on Saturday, noon Pacific time, 9 p.m. Central European Summer Time. Now, for myself, Kobe, Riv, Jat, and the entire live broadcast crew, thanks for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow for more of the North American LCS Summer Split. It's going to be a whole bunch of fun.
Chose us in the Fantasy League. That's what matters.
Kai's right on the
Does it actually?
Oh, no, how do you grab ball fast high? Oh, they go in, the wild growth is perfect. Cleave is huge now, but is it enough? He's not even turning around to attack. He's running away. Very unfortunate to start the fight. He dives. Copy stops bullet time right away. What a dive in from Seraph. But do they have the follow-up? Dominate takes a few more culling shots on the backside. It is not going to be enough. And CLG is going to go on a tear here in this fight. He can no longer give shields or support to the team. Yellow Pete is taken down and candy flies everywhere.
Right.
Red buff Zion Spartan, though, really big damage. There's the flash from both of them. Dragon Form gonna get juked away by West Rice.
Yeah, you're right.
If we don't lose, we win.
Rather low, now more taking damage after still fighting. And there's Sam, he flashes, he lands the stun, exhaust, first blood double it, the Q, another kill, CLG 2-0. CLG
gets the
low
ball
on
at
health.
half, though.
Oh, they've got to be careful to knock up onto Link. Is this the play? Xiao Wei Xiao tries to make it happen. They pick up Dexter. LMQ keeps going. Akma to the back line. Double kill Xiao Wei Xiao. They're still going. That's going to be 3 for him. West Rice in the front, but he's going to explode. Double kill there for Shifter. Explosion, triple kill. Brogushard stuck inside the base. Everyone going down except the Lee Sin. Quadra kill for Shifter. Will they give it to him? Pentakill for Shifter in his first game on Dignitas.